Yeah, I was just wondering why is it that I believe the majority of the scientific community believes in the theory of evolution over this is concrete evidence to me that, man was here when dinosaurs were here, and it's just, I mean, I know the theory of evolution and the Darwin's evolution back in, I guess it was the 40s whenever he started. But I mean, our colleges and everything are just taking off with it. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because we have a spiritual enemy that's trying to deceive as many people as possible. Jesus warned of deception in the last days. If it were possible, even the elect will be deceived. And unfortunately, we have a lot of Christians who have compromised Genesis with, evolutionary teaching. Timothy, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy talks about how in the last days there will be doctrines of demons, and that people will flock to to myths and not accept the truth. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Evolutionary philosophy has entrenched itself into our culture at every level. You can't open a dinosaur book without it saying millions of years ago or before there were any people, comma. All right? And so even preschoolers are being indoctrinated and brainwashed into doubting the Word of God even before they start school. Right? I was the same way. I had to unlearn 17, 18 years of evolutionary indoctrination, and then I had to relearn the truth. But there is so much evidence that dinosaurs and people have lived contemporaneously. The footprint evidence that we have, which have been CAT scanned and cross-sectioned and proven to be genuine prints and not carvings. Of course, the evolution, if you Google us on the internet, the evolutionists will say all the prints, all the human prints are carvings. Okay? They're all fake. Okay? Not so. The cave painting evidence, there's carvings, there's sculptures, there's soft tissue evidence now, which is the biggest thing in paleontology right now. The original tissue of dinosaurs. Soft tissue, stretchy, pliable tissue with the proteins intact, blood cells, blood vessels, bone cells, unfossilized dinosaur bone, as fresh as yesterday's bone. These creatures have not been dead for millions of years. Okay, they were the dragons of the medieval time period. Okay. Okay. Now, an evolutionist wouldn't use carbon-14 dating on dinosaur bones because, in their mind, dinosaurs became extinct millions of years ago, and carbon-14 is only stretches back to about 60,000 to 100,000 if you really, really force it to. It's only accurate for about 2,000 to 3,000 years ago. And so that's why archaeologists use carbon-14. It has a very short half-life, which is the time period it takes for half of the parent isotope to decay into the daughter isotope, 5,730 years. And so after about 10 half-lives, it's not enough original carbon-14 to really measure. So 10 times 5,730 is 57,300, right? So 60,000 years is about the limit, right? Which is nowhere near 65 million years. So they wouldn't use carbon-14, but creationists have used carbon-14, and we do get dates back. Okay? We get dates back in the thousands, tens of thousands. There is a calibration correction you have to do. Even Willard Libby, who invented carbon-14, says there's about a 40% error. We've actually dated living animals with carbon-14, and the test results say they've been dead for 2,000 or so. So the pre-flood conditions probably have affected the intake of carbon-14, which throws off the dates. And there are a lot of assumptions in radiometric dating. You have to assume there's no original daughter isotope. You have to assume there's 100% parent isotope. You have to assume that parent-to-daughter decay has been constant, at a constant rate. You have to assume that the material is in a closed system, and nothing's come into the system and nothing's left the system, which is none of these are scientific assumptions. Okay? And yet carbon-14 is one of the most accurate methods because of its shorter half-life. Some of these other inorganic methods have half-lives in the billions of years, and so that's why they're preferred by the evolutionary community over things with shorter half-lives.